Hi guys, this is Ken and Karen again. We're going to try to explain what the Beast method is. Kieran, again, is going to play the role of a client who is trying to find out more, and I will be the Taskbeast person.
Okay, so I'm looking to hire some freelancers across the board, all kinds of different things, and I've heard that Taskbeasts offers plug-and-play freelancers. Now, what does that mean?
So the idea of plug-and-play freelancers is that early-stage high-growth companies, particularly, they often don't need full-time people. You need a variety of skill sets. Could be content creation, could be analysis, could be development, design. But what we've found, and we've started a number of businesses ourselves over the years, is that you often need fractional skills. And what we do, so we were practicing hiring freelancers to set up different businesses and run various projects for a little over 4 years. And we perfected this system that could make it reliable, right? You could try to just hire freelancers and do what we're saying on your own, and you could hire them, for example, from Upwork or Fiverr, or you can just put job posts. But you would run into a number of issues very quickly in that it's hard to vet people, it's hard to get them to work in a very reliable way. And then if you're growing a business and you have clients that you got to deliver work to, like it becomes hard to feel comfortable, having that type of structure.
It's a common experience for a lot of people, I think.
Yeah, so the Beast method is basically a way of, you're using our vetted freelancers, you're using our systems to be able to plug and play people very, very quickly and flexibly so that it's very cost efficient for you. And it's almost I like to think of it as a new way of building and scaling businesses, right? The old way was you hire a bunch of employees and they're on fixed salaries, and, you onboard them and you let them go if they didn't perform. And this new way basically says, no, actually you only need a core set of founders. And then most of what else you need, you just hire these freelancers whenever you need them. And that they'll all be more or less of a certain decent quality level. And you're only paying for when you need them. So you're not paying a full salary when the person really only needs to work, half the time.
So the Beast method, this is not a new thing then. So this is something that's been tried and tested over years. Can you explain how it's been tested and proven?
So I, in early 2021, was starting to do a lot of contracting for high-growth tech companies. Usually you got a Series A, Series B around this area. And I was using a lot of freelancers, and I was using them from Upwork, Fiverr. Sometimes I found them off the platform just, through referrals and things. And I was trying to make this, I was developing systems to make this reliable. So I started developing systems where I would test several people for the same job, but give them a small scope, and then I would keep the best one. I developed this system that I call Everything is a Task, where literally everything that anyone was working on was a task, and I was following the task in Clickup, and then any work that they did was an update to a task. And so I would see, every time they did some work, I would see what they were working on, what decisions they were making, and I would be able to feedback. The Beast method is this combination of a system that allows you to work in a very transparent, fast feedback sort of way, which enables you to work with what is typically a pretty unstable, unreliable work group, which is freelancers, right? But we kind of improve the set of people that you're working with by giving you our vetted freelancers. And then we're giving you the system so that you can manage this, and we help you manage this in a reliable way, so that the end result to you is it should feel like you're managing full-time people, but instead you have the flexibility of the fact that you're only paying them for what you need, right? And what that usually means for small companies is you get real specialists, because if you're a company and everyone's got to be an employee, you're going to hire people that can do different things. Whereas when you can just hire freelancers, like you can really get someone that specializes in that. And then you just, when they finish, you stop working with them.
Yeah. And just to go back to plug and play freelancers, to use another kind of basic computing term, I suppose, it's kind of like an operating system for freelancers in a way. Is that right? Kind of like sits above the freelancers and lets you manage them much more easily.
Yeah, and I would say it's not just an operating system for freelancers, it's an operating system for your business. So you don't have to apply this method to your entire business if you don't want to, but we highly recommend that you do. And so basically everything in your entire business is now a set of tasks that are organized in this tree-like organizational structure with multiple levels. And this just makes it very easy to plug other people in because everything's very well structured and organized.
One final thing. What are some of the companies that people might have heard of that have been using this Beast system before?
Yeah, so we've implemented this I'm using this system inside a venture-backed solar startup in the Philippines. It's got about 15 people. We're doing this for about 7 or 8 months now, maybe a little less. We've used this for a number of companies that we've set up and are still operating. So there's a company that we set up called Texi about a year ago. It's had 15 to 20 different freelancers. There's never been an employee. There's never been recurring meetings in the company. I've used this on projects that I've implemented in these high-growth tech companies like Branded, like Shipper, which is in Indonesia, raised, I think, over $100 million. Wasoko in Africa, B2B, also raised over $100 million. So there's a number of big clients where I would implement projects using this system. And then I would often bring in contractors and I would use some of their people who would plug into these processes and everybody would use this method. So yeah, I would say in total, we've implemented this system, at least in 15 different companies over 4 years. Some of them, a lot smaller and a few big ones.